I recently listed my Tesla on Turo, and my first rental went perfectly fine. However, my second guest returned the car with over $800 in damage. It was very disappointing, but it just felt too early to give up. I've wanted to make money on cars for years, and this seemed like a fun avenue to do it, so I continued renting, mostly without issue. But then I got this new trip request with one glaring issue. The guest had a 2-star profile, and it went about as you would expect. Now, lucky for you, I recorded the entire experience, but for some context of just how bad 2 stars is, all my other guests had been between 4.8 and 5 stars. And yet I still ran into issues with them. I mean, look at Uber, for example. I have 600 trips on my profile with a 4.99 star rating, and I risk getting banned if it drops below 4.6. And the secret rule of thumb between drivers is to cancel on passengers with 4.7 stars or less. Airbnb is similar. Less than 4.8 stars and you lose your superhost status. Under 4.5 and you'll probably get deactivated. Same with DoorDash, Instacart, and pretty much every other new age side hustle. Basically, the industry standard for star ratings has changed a lot. 4.9 is the new 4, 4.8 is the new 3, and 4.7 is basically the new 2. So to have an actual 2-star rating today is like negative 50 stars. It's really bad. Why was she allowed to be on Turo? I have no idea. I just work here. I don't even work here. One host gave her 3 stars. He said she left his car in the middle of a parking lot, unlocked, and with the keys still in the ignition. Okay. A second host gave her a 1-star rating, but no explanation. He didn't rate anything. I guess it was so bad he just couldn't even muster the words to begin explaining it. I mean, okay, easy enough. I just don't accept the trip, right? Well, all the trips are automatically accepted, whether you like it or not. And if I cancel this trip, a few things are gonna happen. First off, I'll be destroying my perfect 100% acceptance rating. Secondly, future guests will see a big warning on my profile that I'm a stinky trip canceller. I'll be paying up to a $50 penalty. And it gets worse, I risk a temporary ban from renting on Turo, just for canceling a trip. Okay, so to brace for impact, I took over 100 pre-inspection photos, but little spoiler alert, it still wasn't enough to avoid what's to come. Now, speaking of bad trips, I have an update from my last Turo video that featured a guest that returned the car with the rear 2 hubcaps destroyed and the front 2 completely missing, as well as a couple scratches on the car. If you don't care about an update on the last trip, you are welcome to skip this section using the video chapters below. However, the company EVBase saw this video and offered to send me a new set of hubcaps. I mean, like what? That's actually perfect. And obviously, I should put these on the Turo Tesla, but I mean, why? So they can get destroyed again? Instead, I put my old stock Aero caps onto the Turo Tesla and put the shiny, brand new EV-base caps on my own Tesla. I personally love black rims, but I just couldn't justify buying an entire new set of wheels. And yeah, I mean, I could paint my grayish, silvery rims, but that's a permanent change. Plus, these covers will protect the rims from any future curbs. These covers are way cheaper than wheel repair, let alone an entire new wheel. And just like that, these rims not only look brand new, but in my opinion, better than they did from the factory. I love that you can still see the brake calipers through them, which are normally covered by the stock Tesla covers, and it just makes the whole car look so much better. So if you want to grab a set of your own, EVBase has a ton of styles for multiple wheel sizes, along with infinite other Tesla accessories. So if you do, please make sure you use my affiliate link, which is in the description, to check them out, because that supports my channel directly. I also have a coupon code which will give you a pretty fat discount at checkout as well. Thank you EVBase for these new covers, that was quite nice of you. I wish I had gotten these years ago, but now it's time to get back to disaster trip number 2. So, I prepared the car for pickup and she couldn't find the car. Which was a bit odd considering I gave her the exact GPS location and said, quote, "It's parked by the superchargers." But after 8 minutes, she realized it was, in fact, parked by the superchargers. All right, anyway, 3 days pass, and I don't hear a peep from her, which is normally a good sign. I'm sound asleep at like 11 a.m. because I was up all night delivering for Amazon, when I wake up to 6 missed calls. 3 were from Turo, and 3 were from my guest. I've been daily driving my Tesla for over 5 years now, and the only place I have ever seen this screen is on Whistling Diesel's channel, after he throws a Tesla off a cliff. So my very first thought that comes to mind is she was in a wreck, but I realize that's pretty unlikely, so my second thought is she ran the car's battery to 0%, and the Tesla physically has no energy to get any farther. I asked her what the range was, and she claims it was full, and that a tow truck is on the way to collect my car. So Turo calls me again, and they ask me what repair shop I want the car towed to. Now, if you've been keeping up with this series, you'll know that just to get a simple seat sensor replaced took weeks of waiting and an 8-hour round-trip drive out of state. There was no chance I was getting this car towed to Tesla, but also they're the only ones who can fix Teslas. So I told Turo to cancel the tow truck, turn around, and I'll figure it out myself. I suspected all the car may need is to be plugged in and driven to a supercharger. But I checked the app, and while it says the Tesla's offline, since it's literally dead, it apparently had over 30% battery before it shut down. I asked the guest if the screen was showing any particular error codes, but she said that the screen went completely black and she can't see anything anymore. Now there is a sliver of good news here. So while she can't move, luckily she was able to get to her office building before it completely shut down, which means she's not like on the side of the road, but she proceeded to make another mistake. She got out of the Tesla and closed all the doors, which locked all of her belongings inside. I asked a few other Tesla owners what may have happened, and they suspected the 12-volt battery died. Yeah, that's right. Teslas have not only one, but two batteries. A massive high voltage and then a tiny low voltage. Similar to what's seen in traditional vehicles, but it's a little different. They last about as long as a regular car battery. Now I've gotten this replaced in the purple Tesla before. The difference was the Tesla normally identifies when the battery is dying and it gives you a heads up so you have time to go get a new battery and swap it out. But there was no warning on this Tesla. So I had trouble believing that this was the only problem since it went from working totally normally to suddenly forcing the vehicle to an emergency stop. I asked where she was, and she gave me her work address, which was about an hour away, which was the other just such good news, because very recently, people had taken this exact Tesla to, I'm in North Carolina for reference, they took it to Virginia, they took it to the coast, and one couple took it to Florida for a wedding. So imagine if this had happened while it was in Florida, 12 hours away. Because she was only an hour away, I decided I would try and go diagnose the issue myself. She claimed there was no accident, in which case it's either the high voltage battery, the low voltage battery, or some sort of software issue most likely. Now if you're a super old channel viewer, you might remember when my friend and I got stranded in a Nissan Leaf over 6 years ago. We coasted the car to a random parking lot, found an outlet on a building, and got enough juice in the Nissan to get to another charger. So in this similar spirit, I packed up two 50-foot extension cables and a few charging adapters into the Subaru. This way, I can plug the car into the nearest outlet in case the high voltage battery was dead. But, I mean, why in the Subaru? Why not take the other Tesla? Well, in the case it's the low voltage battery, I can't just stop by Advance Auto and pick up a new Tesla battery, because what's new? They require proprietary 12-volt batteries. And while I can pull up to a Subaru dealership and buy just about anything I need for my BRZ, Tesla notoriously refuses to sell you car parts. And that brings us to another silver lining of this whole experience, because for the first time in my entire life, I can finally justify owning 3 cars, because I was going to take parts out of one Tesla, leaving it stranded in my driveway, put them in the Subaru, and take the Subaru as a transport vehicle to get to the other Tesla and complete the repair. But oh wait, hold on. There's another issue. I hope someone is like counting the number of issues, because they just keep popping up, and that is the 12-volt battery is located in the front trunk. Guess what? You can't open the front trunk without power to the vehicle. Luckily, however, this is like an it's so over, we're so back, it's so over, we're so back. Luckily, Tesla thought about this too. So, behind the front tow hook cover, you can dig in with your fingers, oh my, and reveal 2 teeny tiny cables. These cables have a single purpose: to connect them to a jump starter and pop open the front trunk. Now I wanted to test this on my purple Tesla before going out to the blue Tesla to be as prepared as possible, but oh wait, it's so over once again, my jump starter's dead. But oh wait, we're so back again, because these tiny cables don't need all that much power. Oh shit, it worked. That's so cool. Okay. I'm like blown away. It turns out you can use a 9-volt battery to jump the frunk. We're using a 9-volt battery to replace the 12-volt battery to power the 75 kilowatt hour battery. Teslas are so weird. So I removed the 12-volt battery, hopped in the Subaru, and headed off to my Turo guest. Who knew having 3 cars would actually be useful? Because this one's now stuck in my driveway for now. Repair a vehicle. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, so apparently I'm part-time roadside assistance now. Oh yeah, all of her stuff is locked in there. Wow, completely dead. That's crazy. Okay, so we have to jump the vehicle through the tow hook, which is crazy. I didn't even know you could do that. Is this annoying? Yes, but at least Tesla thought of something here. So the car was pretty dead. It did not even have enough power to recognize the Tesla app or identify that I was nearby. It's broken off. All right. So I decided I would start with the low voltage battery replacement. And then to do it, I use a 9-volt. That's so weird. It's not working. It worked on mine. It literally worked immediately on mine. Let me try the other battery. I brought 2 batteries. It's not working. What the hell? Dude, it worked before. What's different? Also, why did she leave all her stuff in the car when she knew it was dying? Okay, well that's not good. I would think this technique is too good to be true if I didn't just do it on another Tesla. You take the battery and you stick one. I don't even know which side is which, but I just do both until one works. It said positive first and then negative. And then yeah, immediately it popped open the last time. Well, I don't know what to do. I spent over a half hour trying to jump the frunk, but to no avail whatsoever. But then I pulled the app out again. Now, even though it clearly was not connected to the vehicle and couldn't even unlock the front driver's side door, I decided to tap the frunk anyways. Oh, it's trying. It's actually connected. Oh shit, what the hell? Oh my god. No f***ing way. The app worked? It said, oh my god. I'm so I can't believe that worked. Oh my god. That's so stupid. It said disconnected on the app, so I didn't even think to try on the app. Oh my god, why did I not try the app first? Wow, I am actually mentally retarded. Okay, well. Oh my god, that's so dumb. Whatever. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw me mess with that for so goddamn long. Okay, A, why did it open? And B, why did I not try this before anything else? I spent over okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. I was as irritated and embarrassed as I was happy. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Alex?
Pretty good. I finally got the truck. It was very hard to get this open because it requires power to open the front, so I had to jump it with this. But about to throw in the new battery, see if it works.
Okay.
Well, old batteries from the other Tesla.
Thank you for coming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll text you once I'm all done. I think we got power. Yep, I hear this car making noise. Mini noises. I feel like the car should be powered off while I'm touching all this. Like, am I about to die when I touch this? No, okay, we're good. I don't really understand electricity. Before we continue, let's see if it... Ooh, it's open, look at that. All right, let's see if the screen... Okay, well the screen's not on yet, but it went into drive. So that's good. Worst case, she can get to where she needs. She just won't have a speedometer or music, which music is more important than a speedometer, in my humble opinion. All right, now we gotta put this back on. You know what's so weird is this is the 2-star renter who I was so anxious to rent to, and I like didn't want to give the car to her, but the car looks perfectly fine. Like, I'm kind of secretly doing a like, when do you get the opportunity to do a mid-trip inspection on Turo? Like, oh yeah, let me check in on the vehicle in person and see how it looks. Looks perfectly fine. Okay, well, that actually wasn't too bad once I got the thing off, so let's throw this back on. I'm not gonna close it yet, just till I make sure everything works. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do a quick test drive. She seems like a 5-star renter. Hey, the screen's on, look at that. All right, front trunk open, ignore. All right, feels fine to me. Let's do a quick once around. See if we got any errors. Front trunk, driver's side, vehicle may not restart. Yeah, there's no errors, or no warnings. How bizarre. This is a one-way, but whatever. Man, the Subaru looks so cool. I need to drive it more. I finally had a justification to put gas in it. It's been empty of gas. Also, her parking job kind of sucked, so let's fix that for her as well. Okay, it looks like it's fixed. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of you just learned for the first time, like, oh wait, Teslas have 12-volt batteries? Yes, they do. Why? I don't know. All right, there we go. Whoever took this out last time, it has been taken out before, which I wonder why. I guess it was towed before or something. It's totally scratched up. I wonder what was wrong with it. Okay. Boom. And the funniest thing to me about all this is I was anticipating the worst from this 2-star Turo guest. And then something bad actually happens, and I'm like, oh my god, I should have paid the fine. I should have just canceled on her. Only for, oh wait, it's not her fault at all. So weird. What an odd experience. So I hit the road once again to go to Tesla and try to purchase a battery. Okay. Boom. Roadside assistance complete. And yeah, the car looks fine. Okay, now I need to go to Tesla and try and beg them for a battery. Oh, there's a purple Tesla here. That's so crazy. I won't film it, but there's a purple Model Y. The nearest center was about 2 hours away, and to my surprise, again, so many surprises today, they actually sold me a battery. What? I can never get anything out of this place, but they gave me a battery, no problem. So it was just 94 bucks, pretty cheap, I would say, considering. And I headed back home to get my daily Tesla back on the road with its shiny new low voltage battery. We did it, gamers. Now we go reinstall this one into the other one. It's hot. And we're back. Man, this is taking a while. I had to go through a lot of traffic. It was rush hour. Okay, now to get the battery, the new battery in mine. So yeah, I guess I get an early battery replacement. I can't believe I used to pay Tesla to do this. So yeah, if you have a Tesla, don't pay them. And also keep a 9-volt battery with you so you can open the frunk, I guess. If it works, which is sometimes. Okay, let's see if it's working. Yes, I think we're good. No warnings or anything. 4 hours later, time to return to my regularly scheduled day, which was not at all planned to be this. Thank the heavens I was home and not on a trip. I mean, that worked out perfectly. I was home, not on a trip, not working Amazon, because I've been doing Amazon every day, but I finally took today off. That's how I leave a wrench in the engine bay every time. Also, the trip was local, and luckily I had a second Tesla to pull the battery from, so kind of worked out perfectly. And luckily the Subaru was working so I could get it to them. Wow, crazy, because we just replaced the spark plugs in this. Everything aligned to get this woman a new battery. The Turo guest returned the car the next day, but she didn't charge it. I've had this issue before where people just don't return the car with any charge. Normally I'm allowed to bill them a fee for this due to the inconvenience and the price to charge it, and I could have done this with her too. But considering she had an inconvenience of her own on this trip, I decided that I would spare her the additional costs and just not say anything. And then it was time to rate her. Now, all things considered, I was actually quite satisfied. She was polite and friendly and took great care of the car, and she was on time. So, for the first time, she received a 5-star review from a host, that being from me. Well, yeah, obviously I didn't have to specify that. So now her profile has a 1-star, a 3-star, and a 5-star rating, which bumped her average up from 2 to 3 stars, which is still terrible. But I mean, hey, I'd happily rent to her again. Okay, I'm giving my 2-star guest 5 stars because she was good. So, all right, let's see what she said about me. Oh, she gave me 5 stars. Okay, I was scared she was gonna lower it since the car had issues, but no. Great host, went above and beyond. Great human as well. Let's flipping go. I'm a great human. Very happy with the car and his communication. Wow, okay, I'm very impressed. 5-star review stays intact. Let's flipping go. So, my earnings after this trip were $142.50. She drove 619 miles over 3 days. So, my 2 biggest takeaways from this trip were, first of all, I'm going to start replacing Tesla 12 volts every 2 to 2.5 years to be safe so that this does not happen again. I'm not going to wait for Tesla to warn me, and if you drive a Tesla, I recommend you don't wait for a warning either. I posted about this in a few places, and it turns out, for some reason recently, Teslas have been having trouble identifying when the batteries are dying. So don't wait for it to tell you. If your car's over 3 years old, get a new battery. My second big takeaway was that I can't judge Turo guests based on their ratings. I mean, my worst trips yet, some of which I haven't even shared yet, were all 5-star guests. But my best trip yet was to a 2-star guest, so don't judge a guest by their star ratings. I don't even know why the ratings exist if a 2-star guest is allowed on the platform. I don't know, man. It's weird. But I must say, this was a lot of fun. Becoming an emergency roadside Tesla tech was not on my 2024 bingo card personally. And while I hope all future trips are smooth, we know that's not going to happen. So honestly, I happily await the next time I have to hit the road and rescue another Turo guest. It was really fun. And if you want to upgrade your own Tesla, if you happen to own one, you might find something you like on EVBase. They have a massive selection for every model from the 3 to the Cybertruck, so if you do, please make sure you check them out with my affiliate link, and don't forget to use my coupon code, because you will not only get some pretty hefty discounts, but you support my channel directly. Those commissions will let me deliver for Amazon less and edit videos more. I'll also include links to a few other video series of mine that you might enjoy, as well as my Discord server, and stay tuned, because I have some financial breakdowns on the way of exactly how much I've made on Turo so far, along with some more mini adventures. So, thank you EVBase for the new hubcaps, and thanks to you for watching.